December 5th, 2019. Let's take a look at our solar wind speeds. Not really the increase we were expecting, but however, solar wind stream did get a little bit picked up at 343 even kilometers per second with a density of 9.6. No sunspots again to speak of. That is now 22 straight days and 258 in 2019. And let's take a look at our star in motion. And a lot of those bright regions that I was talking about last night have faded out as the sun turns, or it is Earth facing, I should say. So weaker magnetic connection on this side of our star. On the back side of our star, where the rest of the solar system is, a lot stronger magnetic connection. Therefore, this explains to me anyway why these bright spots that are not sunspots have faded as they turn towards the Earth side. So anyway, let's take a look at more space weather stats. Our TCI is still unchanged at 3.32. Cosmic rays went up to 9.3%. The 7-day change is still down though from 0.6%. So on the down, and actually earlier this week, I saw values as low as 8.5. Solar wind stream is expected on December 8th, and it is to do with, pardon me, this coronal hole that we're going to be dealing with here soon. And if you guys take a look here, this is the coronal hole that could cause some slight increase of solar wind stream on December 8th, 2019. And once again, taking a look at the big picture of everything, well, let's just look at the flat picture here is showing us what we have to expect. All right, let me get my arrow out. Right here is Earth facing directly. All right, this area right here is missing information from stereo B. So back here is the eastern limb, and then of course the reverse side of our star. As you can see, from the eye I can see here, we have nothing to talk about as far as bright active region sunspots. We do have 1, 2, and a third possible coronal hole to speak of. This coronal hole here is going to affect us on the 8th, this one probably around the 16th, and this one right behind it probably around the 20th. So we've got at least one decent shot at solar wind streams increasing over the next 3 weeks. But taking a look at it in motion, there it is, Earth facing. No large coronal holes to speak of. A couple on the horizon on the eastern limb, and just behind that, we will keep our eyes on that as well. Let's take a look at our forecast for the day. This is a live look at the radar here for the UK, Ireland, and Scotland. Right now, heavy showers moving into Scotland and Northern Ireland. Wales now starting to see some rain as well from this system, as England is next, as some showers are now moving into the area. Meanwhile, up in Norway, well, it's starting off as rain on the coast and turning into snow as it moves further inland. So let's go ahead and get a look at our forecast for today in the UK. A chilly start, foggy in parts in the south, otherwise some sunshine but heavy showers in the north. Becoming cloudier later with outbreaks of rain. Very wet for some northwestern areas and becoming just windy in general. Tonight we'll be looking mild, windy, cloudy with outbreaks of rain and drizzle. Persistent heavy rain affecting some western parts of Scotland, northern England, and North Wales will be tapering down later tonight. And on Friday, rain clearing for most of the areas through the morning, to be followed by some periods of sunshine and also showers, heavy at times, during the afternoon and turning colder in the far north. And we'll take a look and see if we have any kind of flood action today. And the last couple of days we've showed this chart, it's been a little bit low. So thankfully we had tons of flood alerts in the UK just a few weeks ago. And here just lately, we are starting to see those flood warnings start to decline, thankfully. All right, let's get a look here at the United States. And currently our radar is showing us some lake effect snows affecting western New York, Syracuse, parts of upstate New York as well. Vermont, Maine, you're dealing with some light snow showers. Quebec also dealing with some very light snow showers here in this early part of the day. Meanwhile, expect snow showers to continue across the upper areas of Erie, Pennsylvania. Buffalo, New York, looks like you're going to be in a stream of lake effect snow for quite some time, if not for the most of the day today. Snow showers across Colorado heading into Wyoming. Also, Salt Lake City dealing with mixed precipitation and snow as well mixing in. And then parts up in Manitoba, getting some snow showers here in Winnipeg, International Falls. And pretty much that's what we're looking at right now. And take a look at our forecast over the next several days. Light snow across the Northeast and the upper Great Lakes, the Northern Plains. Showers and storms across the South and the Tennessee Valley. And mixed precip in the Four Corner states. That's today. And then tomorrow, more showers and storms across the South, Kentucky, Tennessee, and the Deep South. In the Northwest, we're going to have rain first and then frozen precip as another front moves in, with heavy rain and more of the same on Sunday for you folks out there in the Northwest. Heavy snow in parts of Wyoming, Idaho, California, the Sierra Mountains, again looking to get nailed this weekend for snow. In the Deep South, Atlanta, the Panhandle of Florida, and Georgia, showers and thunderstorms are expected for you guys by early Sunday. And then we have a situation forming, and I'll give you guys a more I guess I should say an updated and better view of this forecast. But this week, just some light showers coming in the Northeast, 2 to 4 inches possible over the weekend. The Northwest, though, California, heavy rain, more snow for the mountains on Saturday into Sunday, and this kind of hangs around for a while. And then we get to the early part of next week. Starting here on Sunday night, we start to see this system kind of take shape here by early Monday morning. Moisture will then build up behind this. Now, thankfully, this storm system is starting a little bit further north, so it's not really going to affect much of the U.S. in the beginning, but the amount of moisture that this storm is collecting is insane. Wisconsin, Michigan, Minnesota, you guys looking for snow and ice, but parts of Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine, we are going to see some very heavy rain to start with. And then by Tuesday, this storm gets going even more and picks up heavier rain across parts of North Carolina and Virginia. More snow for Michigan and Wisconsin. And as this storm moves out on Tuesday, bringing all that rain to the Northeast, it's going to drag in some very cold air behind it, and we will see snow showers at the end of this storm. So really the biggest story is going to be, I think the upper Great Lakes are probably going to see, Michigan and Wisconsin are probably going to see the majority of the snow. But interesting to show here is that there is some long-term lake effect snow happening here after this system leaves. So this initial storm is going to drop mainly rain in the Northeast. It'll end in snow showers on Wednesday, early Wednesday, I should say. And persistent snow showers will continue for Buffalo, Syracuse, the Finger Lakes area, basically. And anywhere that has a lake, basically, the western part of Michigan also will, it looks like, will also see some effects of lake effect snows as well. Now, looking at the 13th, another system is building up in Texas, and this is after the big storm that we're expecting. Another major system is to form by Saturday, December 14th. So we get greeted with a massive storm system that's really going to affect the upper Great Lakes and the Northeast and Midwest. We're going to see a lot of rain out of this too, so we could see flooding, we could see ice freezing up overnight. It just could be a huge mess. But then 5 days after that system, we have this massive system coming out of the Gulf, dragging tons of moisture. And this could be big, big trouble here for folks in Tennessee, northern Arkansas, Missouri, Kentucky. Lots of dangerous icing could be possible. And these southern states are not used to this kind of weather. That's when the roads become extremely dangerous down there. But look at the storm. By Saturday, December 14th, this is going to be epic for this time of year. I mean, the amount of ice that's showing up on this radar right now, the amount of heavy snow that we have coming to parts of Kentucky, Ohio, this is going to be your first big snow of the year. Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh. Look at the amount of ice that GFS thinks that we're going to have on Sunday, December 15th. So if this storm holds any truth to this, we're going to be experiencing millions of customers without power. When you get anything a quarter inch of ice or higher, power lines are going to come down, tree limbs are going to come down. Folks, the way this is looking on the radar right now, as heavy as this is, there's no way we don't see quarter inch ice falls, maybe even higher. If this storm holds up, this is still quite some time out. We're talking 10 days away, but this is kind of troubling seeing such a system forming. And I did tell Mari, I said, you're going to get a major storm on your birthday. The GFS likes to show flashes of that, and then it goes away for a few days, but then it comes back with a vengeance. And here we are. Look at this. By the time we get to December 16th, it gets a little hazy here at the end, but snow coming to the New York area, Vermont area, New Hampshire. And it's funny to me because this thing almost feels like it dies out by the time it gets past Ohio and Pennsylvania, and it just hits straight cold air that turns into all snow. And, nothing unusual for this part of the country in December. So this snow event right here could drop about 5 to 8 in isolated parts, foot of snow. But there is a 2-day long duration snow event expected. So we'll have to watch this one. We just got blasted with 20 inches here in the capital region. This storm does have the potential to bring at least 1.5 feet at this rate, because we're talking about Monday into Tuesday, all day Tuesday, overnight Tuesday, and finally by morning Wednesday, it'll be gone. So this could be a 24 to 36 hour snowfall event. But what I'm most concerned for here, folks, is not the Northeast, it's the Deep South. And starting in Texas, lots of ice forming really far south. This cold air, I want to take a look at the temperatures as well. I was watching that earlier, and I know I was talking about December with the warming event. I don't think GFS takes that into consideration. But this is just a sample of Arctic air that we could be experiencing later this month. Look at this. These are high temperatures. Right there is daytime highs. Let's go one more further. Evening, overnight lows right here. Daytime highs. Much of the country will be freezing all day long, all night long. And a huge mass of cold air above the Northeast and the Great Lakes. Let's hope that stays up. I'm not ready for that kind of cold just quite yet, folks. So they can hold off on that stuff. All right, that's going to do it for us this morning. Again, let's keep our eyes on this storm coming up to us on December 13th. So we have 2 major storms on the way. The first one is more, I think, is going to be more of a rainmaker than more of a snowfall type machine. But it will end as snow. Let's go back a little further here. This is the storm. This is round 1, and it'll start up. You'll start to see it start to take shape around Monday, December 9th. And round 1 gets going, and Michigan and Wisconsin, they will get the majority of that snow, but the majority of the rain is going to fall in the Midwest, the East Coast, and the Northeast on snow, on the heavy snow on the backside of this, before it ends in snow in the Northeast. And those next couple of days, that's all lake effect snows. That's all lake effect. And then we've got this behemoth forming on Friday, December 13th. So one on December 9th and one on December 13th. And if this is any indication of what we have to get ready for this winter, my goodness. But this could be a potentially dangerous storm with heavy icing, tree limbs falling, power lines falling, power outages, and it could take several days to repair the damage if we see an icing event that will show 1/4 inch of ice or more. All right, that's going to do it for me today, guys. We will be back tomorrow morning with another update, and then Friday night we'll do a live show 9 p.m. with a full report on the Grand Solar Minimum News. Take care, everybody. Have a great day.
Do you like this show? Give us a thumbs up. Want to support us more? Share to your favorite social media platform. Buy a t-shirt or become a Patreon. All links are in the description below.